Quillit, powered by Civicom. Get to the critical parts of qualitative research, report writing, and analysis more efficiently with Quillit, Civicom's secure and accurate AI research assistant and toolbox. Quillit can free you from the time-consuming tasks of consolidating and structuring your findings into your research report. Quillit is designed specifically for content generated from focus groups, interviews, and open-ended surveys. Whether you're managing multiple data sources, handling complex research workflows, or simply seeking to gain clear, evidence-based insights more quickly, Quillit is here to help you navigate your research with confidence. Quillit's powerful features: summaries, extract highlights from datasets, write first draft reports, and produce report summaries. Segmentation, sort important data without spending hours tagging or reorganizing content manually. Validation, generate direct verbatim quotes to support your findings. Citations, verify accuracy with citations tied directly to each quote. AI chat, dig deeper into attitudes and impressions by asking the data more questions. Analysis grid, view all participant responses in an Excel-style spreadsheet, cross-tabulated by the individual questions you asked. When it comes to integrating AI into market research, trust is everything. That's why Quillit is built on 3 core pillars of trust: security, accuracy, and capacity. Security means your sensitive data, whether it's proprietary brand insights or responded information, is protected with enterprise-grade safeguards, so confidentiality is never a concern. Anthropic, our backbone LLM, is safer as it is ISO 27001 and ISO 42001 certified. Internally, we have HIPAA, GDPR, SOC 2, and end-to-end SSO encryption, which are maintained by Civicom's internal developers with the assistance of our compliance team. Accuracy is critical in research. Quillit is built for researchers with carefully engineered accuracy, ensuring the outputs reflect the nuances of your industry, your audiences, and your voice. No generic answers, just smart and relevant insights. Majority of users rate Quillit accuracy between 81 to 98%, as users can use multiple validation tools such as citation, analysis grid, and AI chat. Capacity is about scalability and readiness. Whether you're running a single study or managing multiple projects across teams and markets, Quillit is built to handle high volumes of data and fast turnaround times without compromising quality. It's designed to grow with you, so you're never held back by technology when insights are needed at scale. Now we'll walk you through a sample project to show you how Quillit helps you get to the critical parts of your qualitative research, analysis, and report writing efficiently while removing time-consuming and repetitive tasks. So in here, you should be seeing a folder with all of the recordings I have pre-uploaded. And once I'm ready to make a Quillit report, all I have to do is click on the Make a Quillit Report button or click on the Quillit Report icon on the left side. It'll take me to a page where I can start a report. And this is a report I already generated with all of the features enabled. I named my report as Coffee Study Analysis, and I have uploaded 20 video recordings. And as I scroll down, I have put in the context. So context is essentially what you would tell an assistant, someone who's helping you with a report. So if you're not sure what to put in context, click on this tooltip here. Once you put your mouse over, you'll see a definition and other things that I've set here. The input language, since all of my recordings are in English, so I picked on English, but if I have recordings that are on a different language, I can just select them here by clicking on the check box. Below are the files or the prompts that I have added to generate my report. After I have added all of the prompts for my report, I clicked on Apply Quillit, and Quillit gave me this comprehensive summary. So whatever you put in the context, Quillit will revolve its summary around that context. So in here, you'll see multiple paragraphs and different themes that Quillit has generated based on the context that I've added. So it gave me information about coffee quality, ambience, location and convenience, price sensitivity, and so on and so forth. And as I scroll down to my report, I'll also see the responses for my prompts. So first question I asked is that what are the primary factors influencing consumers' choice about what coffee shop to frequent? And I asked Quillit to please provide a comparative list highlighting key differences in features, pricing, and customer reviews across each segment. So looking at the report here, Quillit indicated or provided the responses from female segments, since that's the segment I chose when I was asking the question. And as you can see here, it gave me a lot of insights. I also asked Quillit to provide a comparative list highlighting key differences. So as I scroll down, I will see those key differences. And it also gave me information about the male segment. So scrolling back up, as you can see, for each of the insights that Quillit has generated, there is a hyperlink at the end of the sentence. So once I click on that, it will actually show me the exact verbatim quote that the respondent mentioned during the interview. So this is what we call citations. So citations is there to validate that what Quillit is giving you is actually part of the research and it's not just grabbing information from the web. So here, I'm going to click on another one for coffee quality. So somebody said they prefer strong, flavorful coffee. So once I click on that, I can tell that this particular remark was actually from respondent Carol Lee, and I also have the information on the file it came from. Now, as for segments, that's something that I had to program in advance. So here you can see that I've segmented the participants based on gender and based on their location, whether they are in the US or outside of the US. So to set that up, there's a files and segments section at the top here, and I can click on each file and assign the segments for each of the participants. And if I have a big project, to make my job easier, I can just click on import segment and I can just grab a template that Civicom has provided, follow the format, and then Quillit will assign the segments for me. Once the segments have been assigned, I can just go back to my Quillit report and type in my prompts and select whichever segment I want to direct that question to. So for question number 2, for example, I asked Quillit to analyze key factors for why respondents do and do not frequent a coffee shop and provide insights on how major coffee shop can improve its market positioning. And this time I want to hear for a comparison between US participants and outside of US participants. And for question number 2, so I have the OUS segment, and these are the factors for frequenting coffee shop. And then Quillit also provided the US segment responses with citations, of course. So again, if I click on poor coffee quality, so that particular sentiment came from respondent Jason, and he said it's so sweet, the taste of the sugar just overpowers the coffee. It's more of a dessert now than coffee. If you feel like you need to dive deeper with your Quillit report, you can definitely chat with Quillit by clicking on the Dive Deeper button at the top that says Chat with Quillit. So for the conversational chat, I asked for question number 1, what was the most mentioned factor across all interviews and how many respondents share that sentiment? And within a couple minutes, Quillit gave me this response. So based on the analysis of all interviews, at least the sentiment was shared by at least 10 interviewees who explicitly emphasized the importance of coffee quality in their coffee shop experience. So as I scroll down, I can see more verbatim quotes coming from participants, along with a final summary and conclusion about that particular question. Now, I also tested if Quillit is accurate. So I did an accuracy test. So I asked Quillit to identify or what did the respondents say about the pancake flavors. So I fully understand that this topic was not part of the conversation in any of the interviews. And after about a few seconds, Quillit came back to me and said, after carefully reviewing all of the available transcripts, I found no specific mentions or discussions about pancake flavors. So this means that Quillit is definitely not grabbing information from the web, and it's just getting insights from all of the recordings and transcripts that you've uploaded. Now, something that's new and is a favorite feature of a majority of our users is the analysis grid. So with the analysis grid, it can actually make your life easier. So what I did here in this sample is that I imported a discussion guide that we used for all of the coffee interview study. And then after I uploaded the discussion guide, Quillit was able to identify all of the questions that I asked during the interview. And at the same time, it also listed all of the respondents from each participant. So this is the best way to get verbatim quotes quickly from all of the interviews and also to dive deep paper to your report. If you're more comfortable using Microsoft Excel for analyzing your report, you can just export this analysis grid into an Excel file and do your work from there. Now, once you're happy with the report, all you have to do is click on Save Quillit and it'll save your report. Once you've saved your report, you have the option to download or export your report, and these are the different formats, so you can get the report in PDF format, Word document, or a regular text file. Now, if you're in a rush and you need to create another report but keep the same information pretty much, you can just click on this menu icon here, click on Duplicate, and Quillit can create a report for you with the same input and output languages that you've chosen for that initial report. You can even include the same context, same questions, and just choose different recordings or different transcripts. If you need help with your Quillit report, there is a live chat at the bottom right corner of your screen that you can click on, and anyone there can actually guide you and help you with your report. Now, if you feel like your report is grabbing insights that's not within your research, there is a flag report that you can click on, and if once you click that, just let us know what's going on. Once you hit submit, that will be blasted to all of our account managers as well as our developers, and we'll reach out to you right away to help you with your concern. Let Quillit be your research assistant, helping you regain the time you spend on the time-consuming tasks of consolidating and structuring your findings into your research report. We're here to help you get started and have personal success using Quillit. Reach out to us today to learn more and get started with Quillit.